Hey everybody, Mr. Quick here. Today we're going to be talking about Eureka Math / Engage New York Math, Module 3, Lesson 11, Absolute Value, Magnitude, and Distance. We'll take a look at a number line here. And absolute value is a pretty easy concept because essentially we're looking at how far is a number from 0. So if we take the number 7, oops. It's out of control here. There we go. If we take the number 7 and we want to find its absolute value, we're looking to find out how far away from 0 that is. And you show absolute value like this. That means the absolute value of 7 is what? Well, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The absolute value of 7 is 7. Now, what about the absolute value of negative 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The absolute value of negative 7 is also 7 because that's how many equal-sized integers or digits or however you want to say it, that's how far away it is from 0. Okay? Let's go through some examples here. We have 3 examples. They've given us a number. We want to know the absolute value. First number is negative 6. The absolute value of negative 6, and it shows you here, from negative 6 to 0 is 6. So the absolute value is 6. Now, what's a different number with the same absolute value? Well, that would mean another number besides negative 6 that has an absolute value of 6. Well, in this case, to go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, positive 6, has the same absolute value as negative 6. All right, next number is 8. Absolute value of 8 is 8, because to go from 8 to 0, you're jumping 8 spots, right? Different number with the same absolute value. Well, if you're going 8 away from 0 and you're going the other direction, because you can't go the same direction you came from because you'd end up at the same original number, the other number that has the same absolute value as 8 is negative 8. Hopefully you're starting to see a pattern here. Negative 1. The absolute value is 1 because it's 1 away from 0. Another number that has an absolute value of 1 that isn't negative 1, positive 1, right? Because it's 1 space over. Okay, let's go to another example here. Using absolute value to find magnitude. The magnitude of a measurement is the absolute value of its measure. So essentially, you're going to have a problem where you're going to have to answer with the absolute value. Let's look at this example. It's a great example. Mrs. Owens received a call from her bank because she had a checkbook balance of negative $45. What was the magnitude of the amount withdrawn? Well, if we need to find the absolute value to get the magnitude, we're looking at negative 45, and we want to find the absolute value. The absolute value of negative 45 is 45 because it's 45 away from 0. Then to describe the magnitude, essentially you're just describing it in this way. We could say Mrs. Owens overdrew her account by $45. I don't say she overdrew her account by negative $45. When you overdraw your account, or when you have a negative balance, that's what that means. So that's why we use absolute value, because you wouldn't say she overdrew her account by negative $45. You can't really spend negative $45, right? Spending $45 over your balance demonstrates that you're in the negatives. Okay, let's look at a couple more examples here. Same kind of deal. It wants to know the magnitude and absolute value to determine that magnitude. Maria, that's number 4 here. Maria was sick with the flu, and her weight change as a result of it is represented by negative 4 pounds. How much weight did Maria lose? Well, the absolute value of negative 4 is 4, because negative 4 is 4 spots away from 0. And you could say that Maria lost 4 pounds. You wouldn't say Maria lost negative 4 pounds. That doesn't make sense. Maria lost 4 pounds. Number 5. Jeffrey owes his friend $5. How much is Jeffrey's debt? Well, if you owe someone $5, then you are, again, in the negative. And to find the absolute value of that, if you're negative 5, then you're 5 away from 0. So the absolute value of negative 5 is 5. And you could say that Jeffrey, we'll call him Jeff, has $5 of debt. You wouldn't say he has negative $5 debt. You just say he owes $5, right? Number 6. The elevation of Niagara Falls, which is located between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, is 326 feet. How far is this above sea level? Well, since we're going above sea level, then we're looking at 326. It's not negative, right? It's positive. It's above sea level. It's above 0. So to find the absolute value of 326, it's 326 away from 0. So that is the absolute value. And what you could say is, it is 326 feet above sea level. You notice I didn't say it is positive 326 feet above sea level. I just said that it is 326 feet above sea level, right? That is the magnitude. So you use the absolute value to find out how far away it is from 0, and then you use that number to describe what you're talking about. So we're talking about how far it is above sea level. We don't need to say it's positive this or negative that. We know it's 326 away from what we tell you, which in this case is sea level. Okay, we will go over some more examples in class. Thanks for watching. See you then.